work at the Patchogue-Medford Library, and today we're making Ooblek. So starting November 7th, you can pick up your supplies, which will include one plastic bag containing 1 cup of cornstarch and 1 bottle of watercolor. And what you'll need at home is a ½ cup of water and a bowl to make the mixture. Alright, so to begin, we're going to take the bowl of cornstarch and we're going to pour it onto our dish. And then we'll take our cup of water, or ½ cup of water, and we'll pour it into the cornstarch and we'll start mixing it around. You'll add a little bit more, and you'll keep adding it. You want to make sure that all the cornstarch gets submerged in the water, and soon you'll start to feel it, it'll start to harden up. Alright, so this might get a little messy, so we do suggest that you do this either outside or on a non-carpeted floor. Alright, and it is starting to become the Ooblek, and it's going to be kind of like a paint type substance, maybe feels a little bit like honey when it's all said and done. Alright, good, and then we can add some of the watercolor. Alright. Alright, so once our Ooblek is finally created, we can start talking about it. So, the main thing about the Ooblek, and the reason why I feel so weird, is that it is a non-Newtonian fluid. This means that it is not just a solid and it's not just a liquid. It is somewhere in between. So, when you pick it up, and you put it in your hands, and you apply a pressure to it, and you apply force to it, it becomes a solid. It becomes a solid. And then when you let it just sit in your hand, it becomes a liquid. And the reason for this is because how the cornstarch and the water mix together and how they interact and how they react with each other. And this is because they don't dissolve. The cornstarch does not dissolve in the water. Instead, the cornstarch stays suspended in the water. And this is why it is stuck in between, a solid and a liquid. So now that we know the science behind it, we can play with it, we can do whatever we really want with it. But the one thing you don't want to do is put it down the drain. When you want to get rid of this, you toss it in the garbage. Unless you want to keep it, you can put it in a plastic bag and save for later. Also, the cleanup's really easy. You can see my hands are really dirty, but water gets rid of it immediately. And for more books on scientific experiments, you can come down to the Patchogue-Medford Library.